Hello everyone, welcome to the online on-campus training program held under Student Ready program. Today we will discuss the glimpse of mushroom production held in our mushroom laboratory at AU Anand. First of all, let me give introductory information and about the mushroom. Mainly mushroom is a fungi which belongs to the group of Basidiomycota. The word mushroom derived from the Greek word mycos, means fungi. There are two types of the mushrooms are there. First one is a edible mushroom and second one is a non-edible mushroom. There are 12,000 species of mushrooms are there. Among them only 100 species are proved to be edible in case of Gujarat. Mainly 3 species of edible mushrooms are commercially cultivated. The name of that mushrooms are, the first one is Agaricus biosporus, also known as a button mushroom, which grows 14 degree to 20 degree centigrade temperature. The second one is a Volveria species, also known as a paddy straw mushroom, which requires 25 degree centigrade to 30 degree centigrade temperature for their growth. And the last one is a Pleurotus species. It is also known as a oyster mushroom, which requires 20 to 33 degree centigrade temperature for their growth. Here in our laboratory we grow mainly oyster mushroom for training to the farmers and last semester students experimental learning program. Now we will look the nutritional value of the mushroom. It contains very high amount of the proteins which is suitable for the need of protein to the vegetarian people. It contains 8 amino acids and vitamins like B, C, D and K. It also contains minerals like calcium, phosphorus, sodium, potassium along with iron, copper and folic acid. Oyster mushroom generally requires 22 to 28 degree centigrade temperature. Also its specific taste and aroma make it more better and takes very short time to grow. It requires 60 to 70 days for whole process of mushroom production. It can be grown on variety of substrates. Also it is a substrate and also it is a value of addition as it has long shelf life and high productivity. So it is a more suitable for commercial cultivation.
To prepare mother culture using sorghum grains, take the diseased, weed and dust-free sorghum grains weighing 1 kg and wash them 2 to 3 times with tap water. Add 400 ml of water in sterilized steel vessel. Boil the grains to semi-cook and give it gentle stir. Do not overcook the sorghum grains. Now spread the sorghum grains onto the tray containing blotter paper or you can use the clean cotton cloth. This step should be done for overnight for 12 hours to let the grains cool down and soak up the extra moisture by paper. On the next day, calcium carbonate and calcium sulfate calca powder is mixed with the grains in order to maintain the pH of substrate, as well as 10 kg powder per kg of seed, 10 gram powder per kg of seed is taken for mixing and to prevent the grains from sticking to each other. Now take the polypropylene wide mouth autoclave bag and fill up to 60% of bag with grains. Make sure you fill up to 60% bag. Now plug the bags using non-absorbent cotton and cover it Put the non-absorbent cotton ball or cotton swab. And cover it using aluminium foil. After that, tie it with a rubber band. In this way, you can fill all the bags properly up to 60%. Plug the bag mouth with non-absorbent cotton. Cap it and cover it using aluminium foil. All the bags should be kept as the first bag. Now bags are kept in autoclave for 20 minutes at 15 psi and 21 degrees centigrade for sterilization. Here you can see we have kept them inside an autoclave. After that, we ensure to cool that mixture completely for 12 hours. Then after, in a clean laminar airflow, we are going to add mushroom spawn culture in grains using the Heifel tip method. For that, we will sterilize each equipment and laminar airflow using alcohol and with spirit lamp. Now we will sterilize forceps and pork borer using spirit lamp. Make sure you maintain sterilized equipments and instruments. Cleaning of spawn bottles is also necessary. This way we can ensure contamination-free process. flame sterilize all the instruments. Take your good time to sterilize your equipments. Here video is not fast forwarded only because you can see the entire process more precisely and transparently. Now take the previous culture grown on PDA plate, cut the 6 discs of 5 mm. We took time to cool down forceps and cork borer to avoid any contamination. Cut the 6 discs of 5 mm using the cork borer. Lift each disc using forceps and inoculating into sorghum grains aseptically. After the process, we should clean the laminar to avoid any contamination and traces of previous operation. Here we have completed production of mother culture process. For the mushroom, we also used tissue culture method, where we are using tissues from the grown mushroom. Here we took the tissues from the growing mushrooms. And sterilize it with 0.1% HgCl2 solution. Here adding HgTl solution in Petri plate, which should be followed by 3 distilled water wash. Make sure you cut tissues in proper sizes. Now surface sterilize them. Now keep them on tissue paper for soaking up excess water. Now take the PDA plate and put the bit of every tissue in every plate. After putting all the tissues, all the plates are going for further incubation in a required temperature. Within 2 to 3 days, tissues will grow further on the PDA plates. Here we complete the tissue culture method by which we culture the mushroom. Thank you.
Now here you can see the paddy straw which we are going to use as a substrate for preparation of paddy straw mushroom, or you can say growing of paddy straw mushroom. The paddy straw mushroom, coming to the paddy straw mushroom, it is advisable to use paddy straw which should be free from any grass, impurities and green grass and grains. Do not use the straws if they are wetted in rain. Instead use the dried one. Cut the straws up to 2 feet length and dip them overnight in 68 ml of 37% formalin in 100 ml of water. To sterilize the straws, as well as to add the don't forget to add carbendazim 50% wettable powder to prevent the growth of any prevalent fungi. And on the second day, drain all the water and let them air dry properly. Here we have already kept them overnight and now we are draining it, as you can see in the picture. Make sure you wear gloves. This is all the drained mixture of formalin water and carbendazim powder. Now, for preparing the paddy straw substrate, first clean the laminar airflow using spirit or alcohol to avoid any contamination. Now take the plastic bags of 51 microns having capacity to fill up to 2 kg. Now sterilize the bag inside out with cotton swab containing alcohol and then rub it properly, as you can see in the video itself. Now take a mother culture aside which we have earlier prepared. Take the dried paddy straw and make a layer of 3 to 4 inches in a bag. First, put them side by side and press it gently to make a thick and sturdy layer. Oyster mushroom can be grown in variety of substrates. Now add the mother culture which earlier we have prepared from the sorghum grains. Spread the mother culture evenly on the straw layer and generous amount in having generous amount. Again, do the same thing. Layer the paddy straw generously. Make sure you spread all the mother culture generously after each layer of the paddy straw. Also, care should be taken that middle area should not be filled in all these layers. Make sure you fill along the side to side. This helps the mushroom to grow properly. Do the same thing till 5 to 6 layers of paddy straws and mother culture has been done. The video is not fast forwarded so that you can see the entire process clearly. The last layer on the bag should be of paddy straws. After that, tie the bag mouth properly. Using a rubber band. Make sure you tight it before tying. Now make sure you clean all the mess and clean the laminar flow using cotton and alcohol. Keeping the substrate side alongside. Then take a sterilized pin and make 20 to 50 holes around the bag, all around the bag, for proper aeration as shown in the video. This ensures proper aeration. Put this into the wooden rack in area having good aeration. You can see the little bit of mushroom growth from the holes we have earlier created. Close up view. Make sure you water them using spray bottle daily. This batch is showing growth which we have earlier prepared. After 10 to 12 days, mushrooms started to grow and we can observe the tiny mushrooms from the holes. Here you can observe in a first tray that mushrooms are growing. This is the second tray. The bag has been removed carefully for further growth. And in the third and fourth tray, you can see growing and forming the basidiocarp. The mushroom has been started to form the basidiocarp. Here we can see the shape of the mushroom like oyster. This spent paddy straw substrate can be used further as a fertilizer, as it has been found to be best nutrient source for agriculture due to high nutritional status and high cation exchange capacity. A measure of the amount of the nutrients as a medium can have slow mineralization rate which retains its quality as an organic fertilizer. So make sure you don't just throw this paddy substrate. This can be a good fertilizer.
Now we will see some glimpses of variety of mushrooms. Starting from subphylum Agaricomycotina, as it contains 20,000 species, which is 70% of total Basidiomycota. Members are saprophytic, symbionts. Some of them are ectomycorrhizal or parasites. This is the life cycle of mushroom. The silent features of this particularly subphylum is formation of Basidiomata, which is basidiocarps, presence of Dolichopor septa with parenthosome, which is a septal pore cap, and presence or absence of the clamp connection. In some cases there is presence, in some cases there is absence. Somatogamous plasmogamy, and they produce basidiospores. These are the Dolichopor septa, which is present in generally Basidiomycotina. Now order Agaricales. These includes mushrooms, bracket fungi, puffballs and others. This is the jelly fungi, which have gelatinous, often translucent. This also belongs to Agaricomycotina. Here you can see the linings. These all are gills of mushroom. Now here see the photograph. This is the Lycopodon mushroom. It is also called the Clavatia species, also called the giant puffball, Clavatia gigantea. This is the Coprinus mushroom. The inky cap Coprinus commonly grow in the clumps at the side of the roads and at the base of old stems. They have peculiar bullet shaped caps, as you can see in the picture, black spores which make the gills appear black, and their habit of liquefying when mature, leaving an inky mass. These are generally edible. These Coprinus mushrooms are especially known for melting autodigestion. They melt themselves automatically. Coprinus word means living on the dung. This mushroom contains coprin, a metabolite from Coprinus atramentarius, which gives reaction in human similar to antabuse. This is also called shaggy ink caps. Make sure that it can be eaten only in the young stage. Now here comes the Calvatia. Calvatia has its tumor chemical named calvacin. It helps to prevent stomach tumors. This fungi has been recorded for spore production up to 7 trillion spores. Now this beautiful mushroom species genus is Cathus. This is also known as bird nest fungi. It's most beautiful, as you can see in the photo. It has 45 species which are seen in the tropics mostly. They are famous for growing in rotting wood and sometimes in very large number. Here in first photo you can see it is growing on rotting wood. Amanita. It has 500 species. This is called death chair, Amina phalloides particularly. Amanita verna called destroying angel, Amanita pantherina calls the panther cat, and Amanita muscaria is used for killing flies, so they are called fly agaric. These are the development stages for Amanita phalloides. This is a panther cap mushroom. Amanita phalloides is most poisonous, and it has no antidote for this. Now comes the genus Calvaria. This is also one of the most beautiful fungi. They are coral-like, brightly colored, as you can see in the picture. They have simple or branched basidioma. They generally grows on dead wood. Some of them are pathogenic, which is also called wax tappers or fairy fingers. They are generally reported from the Himalayas, also known as club or coral fungi. This is a famous Pleurotus species, also known as oyster mushroom. The pilus of this mushroom is oyster shaped, so it named after it. Also, it's a gilled mushroom. They are used for mycoremediation of pollutants such as petroleum and polycyclic aromatic compounds. Their surface is smooth and moist with the edges bent downwards, giving oyster shape. Some of cultivated species of Pleurotus is Pleurotus flabellatus, Soja cajo, Pleurotus sapidus, and Pleurotus citrinopiletus. Pleurotus alerius is poisonous. Now comes Wolveriella species. This is paddy straw mushroom. Wolveria wolvaceae and Wolveria diplegia are called paddy straw mushroom. They are fast growing mushroom with a slender fleshy stem. It is looking like Amanita, but Amanita produce white spores while this produce pinkish, slightly pinkish spores. This is the genus Schizophyllum. This has their authentic split gills, as you can see here in a picture. They have splitted gills. Schizophyllum communi is extensively used for cytogenetical studies. They have fan-shaped basidioma, as you can see in the first picture. Now comes to the psilocybe. This is known as sacred fungi. Also, it is known as liberty cap due to their shape, particularly psilocybe semilacentia. Two chemicals, psilocybin and psilocin, is responsible for hallucinogenic property of particularly this mushroom. However, psilocybe rugoso annulata is edible. Genus Armillaria is called honey fungi or shoestring fungi. This genus has particularly characteristic of yellow-brown pilus, white basidiospores, gilar decurrent type, and having annulus. Armillaria millia is most important parasite, causing root disease in forest trees by forming black rhizomorphs. Here you can see the picture of Armillaria mushroom. Now comes the Agaricus. They possess chocolate brown spores, distinct annulus resulting from the partial veil. Their gills are free. They are saprotoph. Now comes the Boletus. These are the king bolete mushroom. Now the Scleroderma. They have many nicknames such as hard skin puffballs, earth balls, difungi, and pretty mouths. Gastrum, they are the earth star. Also, it is a coprophilous fungi. The genus Ganoderma. It is also known as shelf or bracket fungi, mostly saprophyte and has 80 species, which forms large woody shining bracket shaped basidiomata. and also called conchs. This cause white rot of wood. Ganoderma lucidium cause destructive root disease in Acacia and Delbarcia. Ganoderma applanatum is bone parasite which is also called artist conch. They have much longer span of spore release than the other racket fungi, extending up to 5 months. The basidiospores are 2-layered. It is called magic mushrooms or fishy mushrooms, also known as miraculous king of herbs. It possesses anti-cancer, anti-tumor and immunoregulatory effects. This is the Amanita muscaria and this is the Trimetis versicolor. Thank you.